one of my favorite fighting game series of all time. With its fantastic roster of characters and the stages they face in combat, the fighting spirit cannot be pumped without that extra boost. That's right, I'm talking about the music. Smash Bros has a lot of music, and I mean a lot of music, like over 400. So narrowing it down to my 10 favorites is pretty difficult, which is why I split them into separate categories. The video you're watching right now is a list of songs that originated from their retrospective video game. What this means is that in order to classify as an original song, it has to originate from a game that's not Smash Bros, unless that song is specifically made for a Smash Bros title. An easier way to follow this format is to look at the Smash Bros music selection and see whether or not that song was a remake for Smash Bros or for another game. And don't worry, unlike the worst list, this list will have a one song per franchise. So, anyways, no time to waste. This is the top 10 original tracks in Smash. If you're ever in need of a spaghetti western type of music, The Hidden Village is the cowboy stare down you'd wish you can listen to when you draw your gun. In Twilight Princess, the Hidden Village music is played during a showdown against a horde of goblins surrounding the deserted village as the song complements the showdown against said enemies. When it transitions towards Smash Bros, the song fits right into the stage with a showdown of epicness. What I really like about the song is how it manages to stay sophisticated even during the build-up. It doesn't overplay towards hard edge insanity most music cliches are trapped in. There are a limited amount of instruments, yet with such little variety, it manages to convey and show off a fight that's worth remembering. I have to wonder why this song wasn't in Brawl. The song would fit so well into the Green Hill Zone. But nonetheless, it's still a catchy song and it still keeps that energy alive in the current Sonic stage it resides in. Escape from the City is pretty much the definition of Sonic. Going fast, escape danger, and being stylish while doing so. While yes, the point of the fight is to fight off danger, who the hell cares? The song is damn catchy! There were a lot of songs to consider in the Sonic franchise, and while I do love me some Live and Learn and Reach for the Stars, I chose Escape from the City simply because I feel it's more catchier. The lyrics are easy to remember, it's fun to sing along to, the guitar is rocking out loud, the drums are banging, and the bass is oh so satisfying. The F-Zero series is known for its hardcore edgy instruments, and while all the original tracks present in Smash Bros were really well put, it was Climb Up and Get the Last Chance that stood out to me as the song that motivates you to continue forth the fight. Personally, I want the song to go a little bit more longer, but the 1-minute song manages to convey the feeling of not giving up. The lead guitar is played in minor key, which normally signifies a negative tone. The lead guitar's melody in the first verse shows the potential and possibility of losing the fight, but then the bridge comes in telling you, hey! Quit that smack talk! Climb up and get the last chance! With the last verse during the keyboard melody playing in major key, indicating a positive tone this time. This is where you start fighting back and start kicking ass, but then it loops back to the first verse, which would indicate the battle you have fought on was lost, which is especially in tone during the last bits of the piano keyboard, where it changes to minor key. You think that when it loops, it might be telling you that you stood no chance against the opponent, but in actuality, it's repeating, saying this is your last chance. Again. This is why I like this song. No matter how many times all hope is lost, no matter how many times your face leaves an imprint in the asphalt, the constant loop is just a reminder, don't give up. Climb up and get the last chance. Even though there's no Wonderful 101 inspired stage, this song still fits into the Pilot Wing stage, soaring high into the sky like a superhero, uniting up and fighting the good fight, as each verse is building up constantly with some breaks during the bridge which indicates not giving up, and finally, ending in the chorus with violin strings and trumpets collaborating in the melody telling you, don't quit, you can do it, cause a hero never says no. Oh, and on a side note, I still haven't played Wonderful 101 yet, but boy does this song make me pump up to play it eventually. The first time I heard the Ridley battle theme was a remix from Super Smash Bros., and while the song was still fantastic, it wasn't an original track. The closest thing that matches towards that theme was the Ridley theme from Metroid Other M. This song is pretty much the definition of who Ridley is, a terrifying beast who will devour your existence, and this song manages to convey the serious and dangerous nature of who Ridley is. The melody is short and straight to the point, with 2 notes played by violin strings. Whenever I think of the short melody, I just think of Ridley telling you straight to the point, he will murder you. The song mostly consists of the background instruments, with the bass being the main focus, causing intimidation and fear towards his opponents. 4 minor key notes repeated consisting of only 3 key notes in a 3x4 measure. The drums beating in a rhythm like a heart pounding so quick from fear. This song is a nightmare, and anyone who dare opposes the enemy will have to face the wrath of Ridley. Against the Dark Knight conveys a sort of sinister showdown. The song is played like an orchestra or an opera, just remove the fat lady. So you got your basic strings, trumpets, flutes, percussions, the usual works. The melody switches between the first verse, which is played with the strings, bridge, which is played with the trumpet, then finally back to the violin and the hook, with each verse of the music switching instruments from melody to rhythm. Both instruments complement each other very well in this dynamic. All in all, Against the Dark Knight is a terrifying piece of music, but no challenge is overcome through sheer luck, but rather raw skill in combat. And man oh man, is this song the epic finisher towards that battle. This segment may not be the grand finale of the countdown, but this song is most certainly is. The grand finale came from the Mario series of all things, specifically the Mario and Luigi series. Such as the title says, it's the final boss, and as the final boss, you have to convey its final bossiness towards the music department and make sure it sounds like a true final boss. The question is, does it? The answer? Hell yes. The intro starts off with a synth keyboard, and in fact, I think the entire song is being played on a keyboard. With the piano notes, the techno sound buffer for certain piano notes, even the drums feel a little synthetic rather than authentic. That's not to say it's a bad thing. I think the synthetic nature of the song really complements the song very well. There are two bridges which build up the tension towards the battle, while the rest of the verses play via both piano and synth keyboard. The music itself conveys the desperate struggles according to the final battle, and at points, it reminds me of a Super Mario Galaxy theme, which is complemented by the fact that the song is played during the Mario Galaxy stage. It feels like space, it sounds like space, so why not put it on a space stage? Grand Finale is without a doubt a very good song to end on, but we still got 3 more songs to talk about in this countdown. It was pretty obvious that a Xenoblade Chronicles songs would make it towards the list, but the difficulty was trying to pick my favorite out of all of them. While I do like me some obstacles in our paths and the names you will know, Engage the Enemy is the song that both conveys crushing hopes and redemption. Engage the Enemy is without a doubt one of the most symbolic songs I've listened to. The introduction in the first verse conveys the beginning of the battle. The second verse conveys the possible failure that may be present when engaging the enemy, but I do think that all hope is lost and there's nothing more to gain. The soft first bridge conveys the mental thought of the fighter. Should I continue fight onward knowing the possibility of death I may have to endure? Or should I stop right now, give up, and lose all will to fight? Once the hook comes in, that's when you know that death is not an option. It is killed or be killed. I've never played Kid Icarus Uprising yet, so I'm very unfamiliar with the likes of Dark Pit, so I'm pretty stunned that a song about a palette swap—
Dang it, Base, he's not a palette swap!
Let me just finish my explanation before you grab your pitchforks. I'm pretty stunned that a song about a character I'm not too fond of from Initial Judgment has such an inspiring theme song. Dark Pit's theme as a whole is basically an acoustic guitar solo, the entire song, from beginning to end, and boy does it not disappoint. I can describe the song behind its simplicity of how it conveys emotions, much like all the other songs I've talked about previously to this list, but this is the only song in which all I have to do is just let you hear the music. It doesn't need an emotion behind it. I don't even need to describe the specifics on what the song means. The song by itself is fantastic. This was honestly the hardest song for me to describe in detail since I don't know Dark Pit as a character that much, but I believe this song conveys his personality perfectly, judging from his speech patterns, Palutena's codec, and win victories. He's an arrogant asshole, but at least he's the kind of asshole that knows he's the best and shows it rather than telling it. So, screw it, I don't need to explain. Just listen to the goddamn song yourself and you'll be tapping your finger to the rhythm instantly. Yeah, this may confuse you guys considering how recent the song was released, but it is indeed an original song for the Super Smash Bros. Series. And yeah, while the song was quote-unquote remade for the original Super Smash Bros. 4 theme, it is also a Super Smash Bros. Wii U original, as it's just a different rock and roll variation of the Smash Bros. 4 theme. Plus, according to the game's music list, it counts as an original song. Smash Bros. Has an amazing song list without a doubt, but one thing's for sure, the Final Destination music, no matter what Smash Bros. It is, conveys all the traits I love in music. Badassness, dramatic, epicness, and determination. There's a lot of Final Destination songs, but the one I decided to put is the second version of the Final Destination theme that's present in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. If you know the Smash 4 theme, you know the melody. Out of all the songs in Smash Bros., out of all the original songs Smash Bros. Creates in each iteration, it always gets better and better. More pumped up than the last, and all of them are amazing in their own way. But personally, the heavy metal rendition of Smash Bros. 4's Final Destination theme is easily the best one for me. I'm bass singer through and through, and remember, I'm a musical instrument and not a fish. And even though I have bass in my name, Final Destination version 2 makes me want to be a guitar hero.